And I'm pleased to say joined by none other than Chen, the chief executive of BlackBerry. And the pivot is on. You're moving from hardware to software. We're seeing, in fact, the margin the highest ever, close to 70%, John. Is this sustainable? Can it go above 70%?
A normal growing software company could definitely do better than 70%, yes. But it would take us a while to get there, but it will. It could do it.
How about the software revenue growth? Because you've said that that's going to be about 30% on track for this fiscal year. 30% growth for the next fiscal year, are you aiming for that as well?
Oh, no. Now the numbers are getting pretty big. I think the market is growing somewhere about 10 to 15% next year. We committed that we will be growing faster than the market, and we're reasonably comfortable about that.
I mean, it's always renowned that Angela Merkel always used a BlackBerry, the belief in the security that BlackBerry offers. How, in this sad time of increasing cybersecurity threats and concerns, are you seeing a pickup in demand at the moment?
Actually, I guess in a certain way that answer is yes. The answer have to be yes. I see a lot of discussion. People try to get their arms around, especially enterprises, try to get their arms around security and cybersecurity. Mobility is one of the biggest vulnerability point. So then this is where we excel. We're the #1 player in that space, where mobile meet security. So yeah, a lot of conversation. We feel very comfortable in where we are and where we sit with the customers.
Talk to us about the mobility strand as well. It's interesting you announcing just yesterday, a new research center in Canada, the focus on automation, driverless vehicles. This is a really crowded space. You're up against the phone makers, well, the software makers. You've got Apple and the tech giants, not to mention the automakers as well. How do you fight within this competitive space?
I don't fight with them at all. First of all, about a month ago, we announced a transaction or an agreement with Ford Motor Company. We're providing software to help them build the next generation car. I'll let them tell you what the next generation car is, but we're helping them to do that. We have both engineering people helping them. They're using our software, and this is just an example of what the autonomous driving innovation centers are going to focus on. So all the automakers are going to be our customers, going to be our partners. All the tier ones, they're like Denso and LG and Panasonic and Harman, who just got bought by Samsung. It's going to be our partners. They have already been our partner, and we're very proud of the relationship with them. So no, we're not setting this up to compete with the automakers. We're not setting it up to compete with tier ones. In fact, we're pretty embracing very open standard. We want to build the foundation so cars could safely be put together and put on the road.
Automation was something that we've just been discussing, announced yesterday, but just not long ago, we also saw another announcement coming from BlackBerry, and this time it was a licensing deal. You're getting out of the hardware, and you're letting a Chinese partner build that. How much are relationships with China at the moment under threat with the new president-elect, Donald Trump? Are you cautiously optimistic or concerned with the direction of US and China relations?
Well, that's a very complex question. So let's just talk about technology for a second. I provide all the software technology where the majority of all the security secret sauce is in. So in that sense, there is no truth in that if I build my phone in China by a Chinese partner, that my phone is not going to be more secure or going to be less secure, whatever the right English is. So our security is paramount. We don't have any issue with that. We control all the software and the security software associated with it. We also have our NOC that manages all these devices that is sitting in Canada. We don't have any interest in outsourcing those things. So anyway, so the net of all that is that I would not be concerned about having us to build a phone with a Chinese company that concerns about security. Now, it's related to what the government, United States government policy is and where the trade issue is going to go end up. It's none of those questions. Nobody really know the answer to it. I heard a little earlier guest talk about that putting a tariff on developing countries. I assume the guest is referring to China, and the current currency manipulation situation, or at least the accused of that, all that discussion going on with the president-elect, I just assume that cooler heads is going to prevail, and we won't get into a trade war whatsoever.
A quick last question. Would you work with the Trump administration like you did with Bush?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like everybody said, he is the president now, or he will be. And anything that help the country, we definitely will.